Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So we will discuss about Operation AHAT, that is Security Circular number 3/2022 dated 2/2/2022 and issued by Sri Sanjay Chandar, Director General RPF. So as we have discussed, ये पहला क्वेश्चन जो कि किसी भी सिक्योरिटी सर्कुलर से पूछा जाता है उसका सब्जेक्ट, व्हाट इज़ द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ सिक्योरिटी सर्कुलर नंबर 3/2022. सो इट इज़ एक्शन टू बी टेकन बाय आरपीएफ अगेंस्ट ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग अंडर ऑपरेशन आहट. सो आहट यू कैन से एक्शन अगेंस्ट ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग और ट्रैफिकर्स. सो वी विल डिस्कस one by one about this circular. So basically what is human trafficking? So human trafficking, especially women and children, for sexual exploitation, prostitution, forced labor, forced marriage, domestic servitude, adoption, begging, organ transplant, drug peddling, etc. is an organized crime, the most abominable violence of human right. So organized crime आपको मालूम होगा सबसे बड़ा तो आर्म्स डीलिंग है, एज वी ऑल नो, एंड नेक्स्ट वन इज ड्रग वाला है, एंड द थर्ड वन इज ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग. ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम में भी टॉप लेवल पे आर्म्स डीलिंग, सेकेंड नंबर पे ड्रग वाला एंड थर्ड नंबर पे आपका ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग है. सो वायलेशन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स. सो ह्यूमन राइट्स आर मोरल प्रिंसिपल और नॉर्म्स फॉर सर्टेन स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑफ ह्यूमन बिहेवियर एंड रेगुलरली प्रोटेक्टेड इन म्युनिसिपल एंड इंटरनेशनल लॉ. छोटा से छोटा एंड बड़ा से बड़ा लॉ में इसको प्रोटेक्ट किया गया. सो नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन इन इंडिया formed on 12th October 1993, headquarter as we all know in Delhi, and Justice Arun Kumar Misra, so chairperson of National Human Right Commission of India. So National Human Right Commission of India is a statutory public body constituted on 12th October 1993 under the Protection of Human Right Ordinance of 28 September 1993. It was given a statutory basis by the Protection of Human Right Act 1993. So directly you can see 2-3 questions they will ask from this portion only. So human right guaranteed by Indian Constitution through fundamental rights. So these are some fundamental rights: right to life, right to liberty, right to dignity, human dignity. So in May 2011, Government of India ratified the United Nations Convention against Transnational Organization Crime, UNTOC. So again here they ask the abbreviation of UNTOC. So you can answer United Nations Convention against Transnational Organized Crime. And one of its 3 protocol includes the protocol to prevent, suppress and punish trafficking in person, especially women and children. So the abbreviation of UNTOC is United Nations Convention against Transnational Organized Crime. Next, the UNTOC, that is United Nations Convention against Transnational Organized Crime, is the first comprehensive and global legally binding instrument for fight transnational organized crime, which provide for a universally accepted definition of organized crime group and also listed the offense which are transnational in nature. So बाहर का देशों में भी. So the Indian Railway is one of the world largest railway network over route. Total route is 65,000 kilometers and station approx 7,500. So these are the data which can be asked, and it operated around 21,000 trains every day. So कोविड से पहले का ये डाटा है, and 12,000 passenger train, and the Indian Railway carried over 23 million passenger daily. So the other side of coin is that the Indian Railway is also largest, fastest and most reliable carriage for trafficker across the country. और इसका रीज़न आप लोग सभी को मालूम है कि आसानी से आप इसमें आ सकते हैं, जा सकते हैं, थोड़ा restrictions कम रहता है. So scores of women and children get trafficked every year through Bell network railways in our country. As we all know, the soft target is railway, so they can easily transport from railways. So in the security circular, they were explained what are the roles and responsibility of RPF. Point number 1 is role and responsibility of RPF. The public order and police, as per 7th schedule of the Constitution of India, are state subject. As we all know, law and order, police is state subject, and detection, registration, investigation and prevention of crime in railway is primarily the responsibility of the state governments, that they discharge through GRP, that is Government Railway Police. This is also important. So abbreviation of GRP, and district police wherever GRP is not available. However, RPF with its pan India, so all India में हमारा ये RPF का deployment है. So RPF with its pan India presence cutting across state boundaries may not only supplement the efforts of GRP or police by providing assistance as the provisions contained in RPF Act 1957 amended in 2003 pertaining to crime in passenger area and against passengers, but may also act as a bridge to synergize the effort of various GRP or district police. So main motive of RPF, so directly they will handle local police or GRP, but our deployment is pan India deployment without restrictions of any state boundaries. So all India में कहीं भी RPF मिलेगा आपको. So not only they are means RPF are helping GRP or RPF, it is making bridges between local police and GRP. Moreover, the offense of human trafficking has ingredients of a cognizable offense and may be dealt by a member of the force as provisioned in CRPC. So CRPC in year also you can learn 1973. So MHA has mentioned that police should work closely with immigrant authority, borders, security forces, that is BSF. MHA means Ministry of Home Affairs. So BSF is doing railway and other transport authority, province or territory and municipal agency with social service, child welfare authorities and with any NGO involved in services, delivery of supporting and rescuing the victim. So BSF already working. Now RPF started focusing on this. So through that letter, that is MO number already given, dated 31 January 2012, it has been mentioned that the activities of various department and agency in states or union territory need to be interacted, where RPF is also one of the agency. Already annexure 2 में दिया हुआ है. So RPF को भी एक agency बनाया. But later MO number given dated 21 July 2017 addressed to Chairman Railway Board MHA has mentioned that RPF and GRP personnel deployed at various railway stations need to be suitably sensitized about apprehending and detection of incident of human trafficking. So as instructed by Minister of Home Affairs, RPF and GRP bound to assist police in detection of human trafficking and human traffickers. So point number 2 is how can this RPF can be helpful in this endeavor. So as we all know that RPF has pan India presence, बोले तो all India present है इसका. Almost 23 million passenger daily travel कर रहा है. So interaction of RPF is daily with at least 23 million passengers. So railway is the safest mode of transportation of the victim of human trafficking, particularly during long distance journey. And during last 5 years, that is 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, RPF has rescued 2,178 persons from clutches of traffickers, besides rescuing several other children, women and men who could be potential victim of human trafficking. So already RPF is doing much work in this area. So as per NCRB record, there is record National Crime Report Bureau. So on an average about 2,200 cases of human trafficking are registered per annum. So in a year, in 12 months, 2,200 cases are registered, that is of human trafficking only. And data may they ask. So RPF is involved in train escorting. The main duty is train escorting, platform duty and several other duties in presence in passenger area, where they may identify and apprehend traffickers and rescue the trafficked persons. So focused and sincere effort of trained RPF personnel may be provide clues to bust the human trafficking rackets. So जैसा सभी को मालूम है कि RPF हर एक स्टेशन पे उपलब्ध है, मैक्सिमम स्टेशन पे डिप्लॉयमेंट है. तो अगर वो नज़र रखते हैं किसी भी प्रकार का ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग गैंग मिला, सिंपली दे कैन इन्फॉर्म टू लोकल अथॉरिटीज और देयर ओन they can apprehend and hand over to the concerned authority. So the infrastructure and intelligence network of RPF can also be utilized for this purpose with minimal additional assistance, as RPF is regularly working in coordination with local police, local intelligence unit and other left extremist being IB NGOs involved in rescue and rehabilitation of children among others. So ज़्यादा बड़ा काम नहीं है for RPF, since RPF is already in touch with local authorities, local intelligence being to handle such situations. So though RPF is not empowered for investigation of the case of human trafficking, we can collect, collate and analyze clues in respect of victims, source, route and destination of human trafficking. So in popular trains being used by traffickers, identify of carriers, agents, handlers, and kingpins, etc. involved in human trafficking can assist in investigation of police and also launch joint action with anti-human trafficking units to bust human trafficking rackets. So AHTU also they can ask. And what is the abbreviation of AHTU? So it is anti-human trafficking unit. So RPF has been instructed that 1 subordinate officer plus 2 staff should be in the team. So we may also act as bridge cutting across state boundaries to help various GRP district police forces coordinate their detective and investigative efforts. Presently, the persons rescued and offender arrested are being handed over to the concerned police for further necessary action, and we do not have follow the disposal of such cases. तो सिंपली आरपीएफ पकड़ लिया, लोकल पुलिस को हैंड ओवर कर दिया, उसके आगे क्या किया उसके बारे में ना तो हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं, ना ही वो लोग बता पा रहे हैं. So if we gather clues including digital clues from these foot soldiers of human trafficking, so verify, collect, analyze, develop and pass on actionable inputs to the concerned GRP local police, we would be able to hit human trafficking network hard. And third point is penal provision under various criminal law. So there is no certainly legislation in India with regard to organized crime. Only Maharashtra has enacted the Makoka 2000. Some states have adopted the same legislation for fighting organized crime in their respective jurisdiction. So Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act already passed, but no other state has been passed so far. So legal action against trafficking in India is being taken under IPC, Immoral Traffic Prevention Act, ITPA 1986, and Makoka, that is Maharashtra Control of Organized Crime Act 1999 or 2000, and law against child marriage and bonded labor as under. So some sections are there. So IPC का section up 370 kidnapping वाला, 371, 372 and 373 and other relevant section of IPC under provision of Immoral Traffic Prevention Act as and when applicable. So under provision of Child Marriage Act as and when applicable, under provision of Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1976 as and when applicable, and under provision of Makoka, that is already we have discussed, applicable in case of human trafficking, organized crime, that is of human trafficking, especially in Maharashtra. And provision of Juvenile Justice Care and Protection Act 2022. And next point is the offense of human trafficking start from a source origin from where the trafficking start. So that is origin point and destination. And what is the next stage? So next stage of trafficking is transit. So originating and then transit and finally destination. So next stage is transit, bringing victim to their village etc. to place where they can be exploited through different mode of transportation. So पहला काम तो है कि सिलेक्ट किया सोर्स कहाँ से उसको उठाना है, नेक्स्ट इज सम प्लेस में सभी को इकट्ठा करेगा, एंड लास्ट इज फाइनल स्टेज इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रैफिकिंग इज डेस्टिनेशन. सो इट इज़ द प्लेस वेयर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन टेक्स प्लेस. सो ऑरिजिनेट किया एक प्लेस से, ट्रांजिट करा, सभी को इकट्ठा रखा यहाँ से, किसी को फ्लाइट से भेजना, किसी को ट्रेन से, किसी को बस से, किसी को वहीं डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुँचाना है उनका. सो ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग स्टार्ट फ्रॉम सोर्स दैट इज ऑरिजिन, comes through transit and finally reach at destination. So this is the process. And the team also, some team select the people or traffickers, identify the places where they target, generally schools, and next team will pick the person, third team will kept a place where they are gathering, and next transportation. So identifying traffickers can be organized crime syndicate with international link also. So gang involved in flesh trade, prostitution, we can identify. Gangs trafficking arms, drug, smuggler of contraband, small group with loose structure including family of victim, marriage and modeling agencies. Gang who forcibly take or sell orphan children. Gangs running beggar network in urban area, especially city area. Friends or acquaintance, usually a former victim. Group promising lucrative job placement agency providing domestic help or labor contract. So in railway we are doing कितना ज़्यादा लेबर लोग को पकड़ के हैंड ओवर कर रहे हैं. दे कमिट कि मैं आपको 10,000 देगा, 15,000 देगा. यहाँ आने पे उनको पूछे तो 8,000 दे रहा सर. 8 घंटे का ड्यूटी का बात किया एंड उन लोगों ने 12 घंटा करवा रहा काम एंड 10,000 रुपये दे रहा और 8,000 रुपया दे रहा. सो कमिटमेंट 15,000 का था and they are providing 8,000 to 10,000 and work also 12 hours. So they were handed over to the agencies. So characteristics of a gang. So gang of organized criminal group of 3 or more person. First and foremost thing is it will be a group. And how organized is the crime? You can say the organized nature of this crime can be judged from the fact that one person locate, recruit the victim, some other escort the victim, someone neutralize the official machinery, someone else who know and makes arrangement in local places, and one person keep the victim safely, another one provide logistic support to the moment of victim, that is food, housing, etc. And someone collects the payment for providing the victim is responsible for moving the victim. So what are the action plan? As per security circular, RPF being sentinel on the national carrier with a pan India reach has its task cut out in nations fight against human trafficking. The force has launched an operation against human traffic called Operation Ahat. So February में start हुआ. The operation needs to be structured and must be executed based on a concrete and detailed action plan as under. So first is collection of intelligence from sources, setting up anti-human trafficking unit of RPF. We have already discussed. 1 subordinate officer plus 2 staff at all station, almost all station wherever RPF is available. Next is action to be taken by anti-human trafficking units and their needs to RPF for detection of trafficking cases through railway, and action to be taken once the victim of trafficking is rescued by RPF and monitoring of victim rescued. ऐसा नहीं रेस्क्यू करके छोड़ दीजिए, उसका भी मॉनिटर करना है कि आगे उसको क्या हो रहा नहीं हो रहा. So these instructions are only indicative and not exhaustive. So concerned PCSCs may issue additional instructions, SOP, clarification in furtherance to the instruction of mentioned above. So these are the some basic and fundamental points in Security Circular number 3/2022. Some questions are there. Simply they can ask, what is the main aim of Operation Ahat? So as we all know, Operation Ahat focused on rescuing victim from traffickers' hand, notably women and children. And the second question is, who launched Operation Ahat? So Railway Protection Force launched Operation Ahat in the hope to control human trafficking via trains. And who oversees RPF with regard to Operation Ahat? So Indian Railways. With regard to Operation Ahat, Ministry of Railways, Government of India oversees the force. And when was Operation Ahat launched? So it is 2nd February 2022 in Railway Protection Force. So one more thing also we have to discuss, that is BBA. Now it is very closely monitoring the system and jointly work with RPF. So recently DG sir has signed a memorandum, that is RPF signed a memorandum of understanding with Bachpan Bachao Andolan, that is Kailas Satyarthi Foundation. Bachpan Bachao Andolan. Bachpan Bachao Andolan. So these are the questions and matters pertaining to Security Circular number 3/2022. Hope you all understand this and listen carefully. Read once if you are free, and many questions can be asked from this Operation Ahat, means this the Security Circular number 3/2022, especially the subject and abbreviation from this anti-human trafficking units, action against human traffickers, and many more, as we have discussed. So thank you, all the very best for your examination. Good luck.